guys, so if you've reached this part of the video, you are learning how to cook rice. Now, cooking rice is a very simple thing and hard thing to do. Like, of course, people can brag and say, you know, I know how to cook rice. Everyone messes up. Do you get it? Like, I definitely didn't know how to cook rice my whole life. I had to learn just like everyone else. And the tips that I've learned, there's been so many. I stick with one, which is one my father taught me, very wise man. But I know many methods. There's the cup method, there's the boiling water method, there is the finger method where you measure the amount of water that you put into basically the line that your finger reaches when you've got the rice in. I know it's complicated, but that's the method I'm going to be teaching you guys. I thought I had more rice, but I have a 3/4 cup of rice, so this is going to be another challenge for me. Can I cook a 3/4 cup of rice perfectly? Who knows, we're going to see in this video anyway. Normally, if I am cooking rice, I would cook 1.5 to 2 cups. But obviously today, I'll be doing a 3/4 cup, which will probably feed about 2 people lunches or 2 small dinners, you know, 2 bowls, you know? So yeah, but I will leave the instructions and the ingredients list in the description down below. I will also do one recipe for what I'm about to cook now, so the amount of rice I'm cooking now, and then I'm also going to do if you needed it for like a family of 4. Okay, but you're just going to use the same exact method. If you don't like this method and you just want the one for more rice, then if you go down into my videos and look on the curry chicken or the stew chicken recipe, you will see how I make rice there as well. So yeah, let's get straight into making some basmati white rice. Okay guys, so here is how we're going to first of all wash our rice. So you can put it straight into the pot or you can wash it in a separate jug. As I said, this is a 3/4 cup of rice. Normally I would do 1 cup, 1.5 cups, 2. So the same method should work for however much rice you want to do. This will serve about 2 people for lunch in my book. But I mean, we'll see in it. But yeah, just get your jug like so, pour the rice in, and then we're just going to fill this up with water. Make sure that the water is cold, not hot water, and basically what you want to do is just get all the starch out of the rice. I don't honestly know what it does other than, if I was to use my brain, it makes it lighter, fluffier. It's not so dense because it's not holding in all of that extra starch. So every single time, even if I'm making rice and peas, white rice, it doesn't matter, wash the rice and wait for the water to go cloudy like this and keep going. Just work it in between your fingers. Keep going like so, and then once you've done it once, you're going to need to do it maybe about 3 times. So change this water. Now you see how I've changed the water. It's still cloudy, but it's not as cloudy as the first time, so you just want to keep on again just mixing it up. And it should take about 3 to 4 washes for you to get it to where it needs to be, which is that the water is practically clear. Okay, this is the 3rd wash. So you can start to see the rice through the water now. So that's where we want it ideally. This is minimum. But for me it needs at least 1 more wash and then we'll be good to go. 1 more time. Okay, and this is the 4th wash now, and as you can see, you can basically see the rice, which is how you want it. So once I've washed this 1 more time, I'm going to drain off the water and then get the pan out that I will be using. And what I'll do, I'll leave a little bit of water in this just so that when I pour out the rice, it actually comes out. You don't want it to just be sticking all to the sides and then you lose your rice. So yeah. Okay, so I've poured out the water and I've added a little bit more to it. And now I'm going to add it to a small pot to cook. So I've got my pot here along with my rice. So what I'm going to do is pour in all of that. And see, that trick still doesn't work. You're going to need to get some water in and then just drain it out. So that's what I'm going to do now. So in this jug, along with the little bits of leftover rice, I have about 150 mils of water. So I'm going to add that along with the remaining bit of rice. Just get it all out. Might need to do that little thing one more time. Okay, then once you've got the rice in, what you want to do is have the rice totally level. So I just press it down with my hands a little bit so that it's all covering the bottom. And then this is the weird bit about this trick with the finger method. This is the method that I know. Some people use the cup method, whatever you want to do. I use the finger one. Now, if this was a cup and a half of rice, it should need to be filled up to the first line, normally. Now that it's such a small amount of rice, I'm using my initiative, almost like my ancestors are in my brain, and they're telling me to go halfway. Because basically you want half rice, half water. So, as I've put in my finger, I'm going to even try and get a little bit close. Hold on. If you guys can see, this is the rice and the water. Here is my index finger. Once I put in my index finger, you can see the rice has come up to about my nail. And then the water is about halfway into this little section here. That's what you want. If the rice was to come up to where the water line is, you would need the water up to this line. Make sense? Okay, I'll explain it one more time just in case that didn't make any sense. So you want to lay your rice flat like this. Your water needs to come halfway above where your rice sits. So currently my rice is sitting at about the tip of my finger. So then I come up halfway and fill that up with water. If the rice came up to where the water line is right now, then I would fill up the water here to the next line. Make sense? I hope it makes sense, guys. Trust me. Trust the process. Right, and then what I like to do to cook my rice is turn on the fire, of course. Turn it up high so that the water can start boiling first. And then once it's boiling, you're going to turn it on to medium. Once all the water is gone, you're going to turn it on to low and steam it. So what we're going to do first, and this is going to be hard, guys, because adding salt is such a, eye thing for me to do. So I'm going to put in, that was about a quarter teaspoon there. A quarter teaspoon of salt, maybe a little bit less, because this is for like 2 people. So call it 2 pinches of salt, So you've added in your salt, and then of course so you've added in your salt, and then what I like to do is add some butter. It gives a nice flavour. In this case, because of how much it is, you'll use a little bit, so maybe like a teaspoon of butter. Just put it in the side. I would also, at this point, put in a spring onion, a whole one, but I've got none left. But I'd add a whole spring onion. That would also add some flavour, and that would be cool. So whilst we wait for this to boil up, I'm also going to rip off a piece of kitchen foil, and what this is for is to steam the rice once all the water's gone. So just rip off a piece, set it to the side, and we're going to wait for this to boil up. Okay, so as you can see, the rice is bubbling now. This is what we want. So at this point, what I'm going to do is turn it down to medium high. and put the lid on. Now, this is another thing that some people may or may not agree with. I like to just slightly uncover it because, you know, you don't want a boil over situation, and the rice is going to get its steam soon once all the water has gone. So medium high heat with the lid slightly lean to the sides, and then we come back. So we are about 2 to 3 minutes in. As you can see, all the water has gone, so we turn it right down to low. Don't touch it, don't mix it, don't nothing. Get your foil, literally place it over the top of the pot, and then put your lid on, and then like wrap the foil around the lid. And then basically, for this amount of rice, you want to check on it maybe in about 2 to 3 minutes on low, and you'll see when we come back and we check on it in 3 minutes. If it was more rice than this, I would say you're giving it at least 10 minutes just to steam like this, because it just needs more time. There's more, you know, there's more rice to cook. But I will put all my advice and all of that jazz in the description below, so that you know for your measurements and how much you're cooking for. So yeah, let this steam and then we'll come back. Okay people, so I left it to steam for about 4 minutes. I was actually editing a TikTok whilst I was doing it, so yeah, it was about 4 minutes. So, moment of truth. Ta-da! See, I'm telling you, putting the foil on the lid, steaming the rice, it just does something. And then now, remember, I've not troubled this rice, I've not put no fork in there, no nothing. So let me zoom in so that you guys get this first moment, so you can see. Look, shelly, perfect rice. Look at that. That's the rice that you want. So yeah, you can put this to the side now. Oh, I'll even taste it so you guys know I'm not lying, but let me just show you up close. Perfect. That's the rice that you want. And then you don't even need to mix it up like I did. I just did that to show you guys that it's cooked and it's shelly and it's nice. You get me? But I mean, the best thing to do, take some, try it. Perfect. Put the lid on, leave it alone, put it to the side, let it continue steaming without the heat on. You've got to remember, the foil just locks in all of that heat and it will keep steaming. It will get soft and just beautiful. So there's your 101 of how to cook rice. This could be just enough for you or enough for you and Bay. It depends on your appetite. Me personally, it's 2 lunches or 1 dinner. So a 3/4 cup of rice will fill 2 bowls of rice, or it will do 1 plate of food. Okay, remember, ingredients will always be in the description down below, and let me know what you thought. Do you need more easy recipes like how to cook rice?